Welcome to the High Voltage channel. It's been a long time since I did a video on the high power e-bike I've been building on the Vector Typhoon frame set. Recently, I was also sent a Sur-Ron frame, so one high power bike build has now become two. Things have definitely dragged on a bit longer than I expected, and I'm having to accept that with the Canadian winter closing in, it might not be possible to hit the road this year. Fortunately, there are a few lakes that get ice tracks set up on them, so I can lightly move testing onto those. A quick look at the Typhoon build first. And the back wheel was the biggest hurdle, and I'd been trying to find a place to build it. In the end, after lots of backwards and forwards, I thought, screw it, I'll just do it myself. Fortunately, about 5 years ago, I did actually make a bamboo bike, and I did all the wheels and the spokes and laced it up and trued it myself. So it's not my first rodeo at building wheels. So I'm hoping that some of that memory will remain for this moto wheel. So to build the back wheel, I went for this Tusk 18-inch rim, and that has the same 36 holes as the 36 holes on the hub. And now I need to do various calculations and things and work out the length of the spokes that I need, and also get the correct nipples that work with these holes and the spokes so I can build the wheel and true it so it'll fit on the back of the bike. I've got the front. The front wheel is already pre-built, so I don't need to do that, and that's on the way. Also already got these Shinko 244 tires. I think that's actually the rear that I've got shoved in there, and the front one is down there. But we'll be putting those on the bike. Don't have a truing stand, so I've also been busy this week starting to make one out of this old fat bike fork that I had, which was originally on my Specialized Fat Boy, and then I replaced it with the RockShox. But yeah, so I'm going to convert this into a truing stand and have the little arms here that you use to measure the horizontal and lateral true. And then yeah, that's going to get wheels on this bike, which is great because it really needs some. So now let's have a quick look at the Sur-Ron. And the original plan with this was just to make a few parts that I could sell via the High Voltage website. But there's something about this bike. So what the hell? Let's do a full build and see where it goes. And it's great to start with a bare frame because you can really sort of strip it back and get rid of the bits that you don't like or that maybe not the greatest of quality. Like I've got quite a little pile of bits down here that I've already removed that I don't want on there. I'm going to try and improve the function of those various bits. It's more enjoyable, I think, from a design perspective, to create your own stuff from the start rather than, like bolting on to stuff that maybe isn't the greatest to start with. So yeah, I'm going to give it a go and see what I can come up with. I'm not going to come close really to revealing everything that we've got planned for this bike right now, but we can have a look at a few bits today. And if you're interested in what I've got going on here, then you can always subscribe to the channel for updates, or you could join our Discord and follow it on the website as well. So I've taken a few bits off. Like I've got rid of the battery, which isn't going to work with what we've got planned. I've also removed the battery base, the lock key mechanism, various parts of the original controller mount, this plasticky bit that was a bit broken on mine anyway. So I've got rid of those, and I'm going to come up with new stuff to fit and fill this area and try and get like a nice sleek kind of console look going all the way to the back. This orange piece is actually like a test part that I've printed, so I don't use much plastic to start with, and it just lets me know whether I've got the contours correct. So I still need to work on that a little bit so that it fits perfectly with the existing shape on the Sur-Ron frame. The controller up front is going to be the BAC 4000, and I've got rid of the metal parts, and because of that, I'm bolting straight to the frame, which means that I can get it really close in. So it's almost like the same as having the original stock X controller in look. There's nothing sticking out at all now, which is quite cool. Quite pleased with that. The Fox shocks are pretty much like the gold standard for this bike, so we're definitely going to keep those on there. Apparently I have to extend the linkage slightly with this one, So there's a part that you have to put on the back, and I should have that coming fairly soon. I don't have wheels for the bike right now, but they're on order, and I went with the 2118 combination from Woody's Wheelworks in the USA, which is pretty good quality. It has the XL rims, and we're also having the, I think it's a 1/8 of an inch offset to the one side and the rear, and that means you can run like a proper motocross off-road tire without cutting bits of it off to fit on the bike. So I'm looking forward to that. You probably noticed by now that the motor is not stock. I'm not going into detail on it at this stage though. I'll save that for future videos. I won't be answering a whole bunch of questions either on it, but if you like what you see, there'll be more updates on this channel and on the website when we're ready to share more. A few people had mentioned about a longer swing arm though, so it got me wondering if it would be possible to just fabricate some short dropout extensions and maybe make them in aluminum and maybe weld them on. And I know nothing about aluminum welding, but I can make things in fusion, so that's what I've made, and I'm going to see if they can be fabricated reasonably easily, and if it's possible just to weld them on to a swing arm, because they will increase the length from about 51 inches to about 54 inches, and apparently that gives it greater stability at higher speeds, so it's worth a go anyway. So that's about it at the moment. I think I've taken up enough of people's time for one video, and when a bit more of the bikes are together, we can show a bit more. Nothing here is going to be available anywhere until we're good and ready, because I've seen the consequences of sending technology and bike stuff out there that's still in development, and I'm not subjecting our customers or people that follow the channel or anything like that to something that's half-baked and lacking sufficient testing. Like, it's just not going to happen. So if you're interested, that's great, but this isn't something that's going to be available tomorrow. Thanks for watching the channel, and cheers.